Veterans and first responders can find post-traumatic growth and become trial tappers. Working in the field of law enforcement for more than 20 years, I have both personal and professional experience dealing with trauma and trials. I thought I was strong, but shaken to my core when a few years ago my younger brother committed suicide. I learned a lot about myself and now a desire to help you find post-traumatic growth. We need to rethink trauma and the possibilities of growth. We all have different experiences and reactions to those traumas, and it is possible to have coexisting post-traumatic stress disorder and post-traumatic growth, or that post-traumatic stress disorder might be a precursor to post-traumatic growth. The National Vietnam Veterans Readjustment Study found that many people are resilient to trauma and don't develop post-traumatic stress disorder. A Gulf War study found the best predictor of elements of post-traumatic growth are your social supports. There's even one study that thinks that post-traumatic growth might be a buffer against suicidal thinking. The sad reality is not enough veterans or first responders know about post-traumatic growth. In 2009, a West Point study found of juniors and seniors there that 85% understood what post-traumatic stress disorder was and thought they might get it. 18% had heard something about post-traumatic growth, but after being taught about it, 22% felt that they would not get post-traumatic stress. What is post-traumatic growth? Well, let me explain. Two researchers in the late 80s, Richard Tedeschi and Lawrence Calhoun, started to interview people to try to find out how do you find wisdom. They started interviewing people that had suffered physical disabilities in their adulthood, and that those that have done particularly well, they wanted to find out what they were doing. They found remarkable examples of people that have gone through some terrible illnesses and accidents and that they were doing very well. And they discovered that many had gone through some positive changes. Dr. Tedeschi was involved with helping veterans and first responders and their families find post-traumatic growth. He has been involved with the Boulder Crest Institute, a world leader in advancing the science of post-traumatic growth. These researchers found the big five for post-traumatic growth, namely, if you could find a new appreciation for life, a newfound personal strength, seeing improvement in your relationships, seeing possibilities in life, and undergoing possible spiritual or existential changes, then you might have found post-traumatic growth. Richard Tedeschi found that it is not the trauma that produces the post-traumatic growth, but what you do after the trauma. One quote from Richard Tedeschi is as follows: "We emphasize that these survivors are human beings who are not disordered, that they have responded to terrible events in a human way. It's not what's wrong with them, it's what's happened to them. So we are trying to take that term disorder out of the equation and focus instead on what these people have learned from their experience and how it's changed them into people who have to face up to the fundamental existential questions of life and death." I've never been to war, but I do believe that my experiences have helped myself and others overcome trials and traumas in life. If we're just meeting for the first time, my name is Hugh Watt, founder of Trial Tappers. Our motto is, we tap pain, we find a path, and we grow stronger. My mission is to help you to become a trial tapper. Who are trial tappers? Anyone who wants to find hope, resilience, and post-traumatic growth after trials and traumas in life. Some people find post-traumatic growth on their own, but some people need the help of what the researchers call expert companions. Someone that you can disclose things to, that's a good listener. People that are there for you during the long haul and willing to help guide you during your struggle. Another term you might have heard of is vicarious trauma, or when family, friends, clergy, therapists, they get traumatized hearing your story. But there's something even better called vicarious post-traumatic growth. There's been studies during the Israeli war that found that wives that had husbands that had post-traumatic growth also had post-traumatic growth. Helping others with their trauma can make you stronger. Grief and trauma are real, and I don't want you to gloss over or ignore the trauma that you're going through. But I do want you to learn to find post-traumatic growth. I don't give medical advice, but I give education for those who want to learn. If you're listening to this video, you might need some help with post-traumatic growth. I need you to take some massive action. I hope you continue to look for a therapist that helps you find post-traumatic growth. If you want to find out more about these categories of post-traumatic growth, then you're going to want to watch my other video on post-traumatic growth for beginners. If you're a veteran, first responder, or a family member of either one, please look into the Boulder Crest Foundation for training. I'm trying to educate as many people as possible about post-traumatic growth and how to become a trial tapper. If you know someone that is struggling, please take action, share this video with others, and help them find post-traumatic growth. Thanks for watching.